Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and welcome. It's Nurse Richard, the Wax Wizard. Thank you for joining me. Oh, this one got me fuming. I'm not just talking about pretend fuming, actual fuming. Because you might gather from the title of this chap, lovely chap, came to see me a couple of days ago, and he had been somewhere else 4 times. And they couldn't do it. Now, they still charged him, even though they didn't finish the job. How much was in there before, I don't know. It's quite deep, this. So I will give them that. But I wouldn't say it was particularly difficult to remove, even if you don't have an endoscope, which I know this particular company don't use endoscopes. Not many do, to be honest with you. But it still should have been a lot easier. But 4 times? He didn't say it hurt or anything. He just said they had to go. They had to go 4 times. Couldn't do it. And still charged him 60 quid for the privilege of not doing their job properly. And as you can see, not really difficult, this. I didn't find it difficult anyway. I'm getting close to the point where I'm going to start naming these companies, because it is getting a little bit beyond a joke here in the UK that they're having people doing this who are not suitably qualified to do it. I can't afford very good lawyers, so I'm not going to do that just yet. But let's just say it's a popular high street optical chain who this chap went to. But no, I'm not going to, hang on, not going to name them. Hang on, my lawyer's phoning me again. No, what do you want again? No, I haven't named them. No, it's a different one than the last one. How much? An hour? No, that's way too much. I'm sorry, I can't afford that. But if I do need you, I will be in touch. Just before you go, though, a couple of words just fell out my head, and I can't quite remember what they were. You know, when you see a little tiny bit of dust, you'd say it was a tiny little something of dust. I can't remember what that word is, though. Can you? Ah, right, okay. Last one. If someone like puts all their money into a bank, you wouldn't call them. What would you call them? Somebody who likes to put money away. I want to say it rhymes with quaver. Ah, right, okay. No, I didn't name them. No, I've not named them, so legally we should be fine. But if I change your mind, I'll let you know, and I'll be in touch. All right. Thanks for that anyway. Sorry about that. Anyway, whoever had a go at this 4 times, you should have gone to. I think the logo goes. Probably in so much trouble now. Don't care though. Don't care. It's one thing not being able to do it, but don't charge somebody for it. You know, if somebody came to, say you went to a mechanic and he said you got four tyres that need changing. They only changed 2 of them. Would you pay them for 4? Of course you wouldn't. Here you go, there it is afterwards. And as if by magic, the next day, ta-da, there it is. So that's that one. Right, and breathe. Take a deep breath and calm yourself down. Right, I'm okay. But there are steps. These things take a long time, unfortunately, when you're trying to change regulations and rules and all that and what have you. They're not often a quick process, unfortunately. But there is, what do they call it? They call it an oral care community of interest that's been established at the moment, of which I'm a member of. And that's like an early expression of it. It's been formed by a lot of governing bodies of like ENT, audiology, nursing, and they're hoping that they can become the official body, the official regulator of all private earwax removal in the UK. But these things are not quick, unfortunately. It often relies on some government backing and like acts going through Parliament, and that just doesn't happen quickly, unfortunately. But there are things in place that hopefully it will do soon. So that's that. Anyway, but yeah, until then, if you work for one of them companies and you're a sales assistant, reception staff, and they ask you to go on this course, I'm sure you have every right in your contract to say, no, that's not what I'm trained for. And if you're one of the ones who's been on that course, it's usually the same company who provides it, which again, I'm not going to name yet. Then just stop doing it. Just stop doing it. You're not supposed to do it if you have no medical background, and that's in audiology, general practice, medicine, nursing. Those are the only people who should be doing it. Anyway, this last procedure here, really tricky little one. And you might be wondering why I'm mulling about with all this, because you can see the eardrum. The reason I was pretty determined to try and peel, it was difficult, pretty determined to try and peel all this away, was because the eardrum is a little retracted in the top portion there, in the attic region, pars flaccida, which is more flexible. And when there's a little bit of a retraction there, I know this is like teaching your grandma to suck eggs. A lot of you who watch these procedures regularly will know exactly where I'm going with this. Sometimes as dead skin sheds from the middle of the eardrum outwards, if there's a little depression or a little retraction pocket, this skin can fall into that and then start growing into the middle ear and become cause a bit of trouble, to say the least. So what I'm trying to do here is peel this dead skin out of that pocket to prevent it turning into a bigger problem, because left untreated, I mean, this is miles away from becoming a middle ear cholesteatoma, but I'm just trying to minimise the risk for that patient. They did actually notice a bit of a difference in the hearing when we got this out. But yeah, it was a bit of a faff. Lovely little peel there. It's all done with the smallest tube. I was hoping that was all of it. It's not, as you can see. Your heart sinks when you see a little flap like that left, because it's a really difficult region to get into. Because I know you can see beautiful circular wide image here and a tube coming there, but what you can't see is what's going on behind that. You know, there's bends, narrowings, widenings. There's a lot going on behind there that you can't see, that make it really tricky to get into that particular spot. It does help if the patient can like lean their head a bit sometimes, but not all of them can. It just takes a little bit of time, and there's no way you would entertain going in. I know some will be looking at that, some of the less educated ones. Maybe some sales assistants will be looking at that and say, "Oh, just grab that with a little pair of tweezers, be right, won't it?" No, it wouldn't. But trying to get a grip is really tricky when you've got a flat edge like that. But it's definitely worth doing. And again, this emphasises the what's so good about using endoscopes. If you looked in this ear with anything other than an endoscope, you wouldn't see this. And you definitely wouldn't be able to do this procedure. You shouldn't even attempt it, to be honest, because you can't see the detail that you can in this. But I think it's just about to be pulled out of that little area. And it looks like it's brought a bit more with it as well from inside the recess there, which is lovely. Look at that. So that's where I didn't want it falling into, and that little pocket there. So it's probably prevented this lady from getting a problem, if not in the near future, and probably in the far future. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm off to have a chat with my lawyers again, and I will see you soon. But for now, take care of yourself. Ta-da!